Hello everyone, and welcome back to Chill English Channel. We're very happy you're here with us today. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jake. Whether you're relaxing at home, commuting to work, studying English, or listening quietly before sleep, thank you for spending some time with us.
Today, we're going to talk about something that has become surprisingly popular over the last few years.
That's right. Today's topic is waking up at 5 a.m.
More specifically, we're going to explore why so many people choose to wake up before sunrise and what makes that early hour feel so powerful.
Even if you've never tried it yourself, you've probably heard someone talk about the benefits of waking up early.
Maybe you've seen videos online showing people starting their day before everyone else.
They wake up while it's still dark outside, make a cup of coffee, read a few pages of a book, go for a run, or simply sit quietly and think.
And somehow, those videos always make early mornings look peaceful.
They really do.
The interesting thing is that people don't just talk about waking up at 5 a.m. as a schedule.
They often talk about it as a lifestyle.
Almost like it's connected to a different way of living.
A slower way of living, perhaps.
Or maybe a more intentional way of living.
Intentional is a great word for today's discussion.
Yes, intentional means doing something with purpose instead of simply acting out of habit.
For example, someone might say, I've been trying to be more intentional with my time.
Or, I want to be more intentional about how I spend my mornings.
And I think that's one reason people become interested in waking up early.
Because mornings often feel different from the rest of the day.
Definitely.
When you wake up at 5 in the morning, the world feels quieter.
There are fewer distractions competing for your attention.
Your phone is usually silent.
Most emails haven't arrived yet.
Social media feels less active.
And the demands of the day haven't fully appeared.
I think many people are searching for that feeling without even realizing it.
What feeling?
The feeling of having a little space for themselves.
That's a good point.
Modern life can feel very crowded sometimes.
Not just physically crowded.
Mentally crowded as well.
Throughout the day, we're constantly responding to notifications, messages, responsibilities, and unexpected problems.
Sometimes it feels like our attention belongs to everyone except ourselves.
That's actually a very relatable feeling.
But early in the morning, before most people are awake, things feel different.
There is a sense of calm that can be difficult to find later in the day.
Calm is something many people seem to be searching for these days.
Especially because modern life often feels fast and overwhelming.
Overwhelming is another useful word.
If something is overwhelming, it feels like too much to handle emotionally or mentally.
For example, someone might say, "My schedule feels overwhelming lately."
Or, there is so much information online that it can feel overwhelming.
I think that's one reason the idea of 5 a.m. has become so appealing.
People aren't only looking for productivity.
They're also looking for peace.
That's an important distinction.
Many people assume that waking up at 5 a.m. is only about getting more work done.
But when you listen to people who genuinely enjoy early mornings, they often talk about something deeper.
They talk about quietness.
They talk about clarity.
They talk about having time to think.
And they talk about starting the day at their own pace instead of immediately reacting to everything around them.
I actually think that might be the biggest attraction.
The ability to begin the day slowly.
Exactly.
Most mornings are rushed.
People wake up late, check their phones immediately, hurry through breakfast, and rush out the door.
The day begins with pressure.
But a 5 o'clock morning often feels completely different.
You have time to breathe.
Time to think.
Time to enjoy simple things that normally get ignored.
Such as watching the sunrise.
Or drinking coffee without looking at a screen.
Or sitting quietly for a few minutes before the rest of the world wakes up.
Those moments may seem small.
But sometimes small moments have a bigger impact than we expect.
Especially when they become part of a daily routine.
Routine is another important word.
A routine is a set of habits or actions that you repeat regularly.
For example, someone might say, "Exercise is part of my morning routine."
Or, I enjoy routines because they make life feel more organized.
Many people who wake up at 5 a.m. aren't necessarily trying to become super successful.
Some of them simply enjoy having a peaceful routine before the world becomes busy.
And honestly, that's something many people can understand.
Especially in a time when quiet moments feel increasingly rare.
But that raises an interesting question. Is waking up at 5 a.m. actually life-changing? Or is it simply another trend that became popular online?
That's exactly what we're going to explore next.
Before the break, we asked an important question.
Is waking up at 5 a.m. actually life-changing, or is it simply another popular trend?
I think the answer depends on the person.
I agree. Waking up early by itself doesn't magically solve problems.
It doesn't suddenly make someone successful.
It doesn't automatically create motivation either.
But it can create the right environment for positive habits.
And sometimes environment matters more than people realize.
That's a very important point.
Many people focus on motivation, but motivation comes and goes.
Some days we feel inspired.
Other days, we don't feel inspired at all.
That's completely normal.
What often matters more is creating conditions that make good habits easier.
Conditions is a useful word here.
Conditions are the circumstances that affect how something happens.
For example, a quiet environment creates better conditions for studying.
Or waking up early may create better conditions for focusing.
One thing I've noticed about people who enjoy early mornings is that they often protect that time carefully.
They treat it as valuable.
Almost like a daily appointment with themselves.
I really like that description.
During the rest of the day, our schedules are often influenced by other people.
Work responsibilities can fill our calendars very quickly.
Family obligations require time and attention.
Unexpected situations can completely change our plans.
But early in the morning, there's often a brief period when nobody needs anything from us.
And that feeling can be surprisingly refreshing.
Refreshing is another great vocabulary word.
Refreshing means making you feel renewed, energized, or mentally better.
For example, a walk in nature can feel refreshing.
Or a quiet morning can feel mentally refreshing after a stressful week.
I think many people underestimate the value of solitude.
Solitude is different from loneliness.
Very different.
Loneliness is usually painful.
But solitude is often intentional and peaceful.
Solitude simply means spending time alone in a positive way.
Some of the most creative ideas appear during moments of solitude.
That's true.
When life becomes busy, people rarely have time to sit quietly with their own thoughts.
There's always another notification waiting.
Another task to complete.
Another message demanding attention.
Another video, article, or update competing for focus.
Modern life gives us very little mental space.
Which is why many people find early mornings so attractive.
They finally have room to think.
Room to reflect.
Room to plan.
Room to simply exist without constant stimulation.
Stimulation is a word we've discussed before on this channel.
Yes, stimulation refers to things that keep the brain active, excited, or engaged.
Social media provides endless stimulation.
News provides stimulation.
Entertainment provides stimulation.
Even work provides constant mental stimulation.
The problem is that many people experience stimulation all day long.
And eventually, the brain becomes tired.
That's why quietness feels so valuable.
Quietness gives the mind an opportunity to recover. Recovery means returning to a healthier or stronger state after stress, effort, or exhaustion.
Many people rest physically but never recover mentally.
That's such an interesting observation.
Someone might stop working for the evening, but their mind continues thinking about work.
Or they continue scrolling through social media for hours.
Which means the brain never fully relaxes.
Early mornings sometimes provide the opposite experience.
Instead of consuming information immediately, people can begin the day more intentionally.
Some people use that time for reading.
Others use it for exercise.
Some enjoy journaling.
Others simply enjoy sitting quietly with a cup of coffee.
I think that's one reason early mornings look different for different people.
There isn't a single correct morning routine.
Exactly.
Social media often creates the impression that everyone should follow the same formula.
Wake up at 5.
Exercise immediately.
Take a cold shower.
Read 10 pages of a book.
Drink a special smoothie.
Then become incredibly successful.
Life is usually more complicated than that.
Definitely.
I think the most successful morning routine is simply the one you can maintain consistently.
Consistency is often more powerful than intensity.
That's a great sentence.
Many people create ambitious plans that last only a few days.
Then they become discouraged when they can't maintain them.
Discouraged means losing confidence, hope, or motivation.
For example, someone might say, I felt discouraged after missing my goal.
Or don't become discouraged if progress feels slow.
I think that's important for listeners to remember.
Absolutely.
You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. every day to improve your life.
You don't need a perfect routine either.
Sometimes even small changes can have a meaningful impact.
Going to bed a little earlier.
Spending less time on your phone before sleep.
Taking 10 quiet minutes for yourself in the morning.
Those habits may sound simple.
But simple habits often produce the biggest long-term results.
Another interesting thing about 5 a.m. is that it changes how people experience time.
What do you mean?
Many adults feel like there aren't enough hours in the day.
That's a very common feeling.
Work takes time.
Responsibilities take time.
Family commitments take time.
And before you know it, the day's over.
But waking up earlier can create the feeling of having extra time.
Even though the total number of hours stays exactly the same.
That's true.
Sometimes it isn't about having more time, it's about having more control over your time.
Control is the key word there. When people begin the day intentionally, they often feel less reactive.
Instead of immediately responding to the world, they spend some time focusing on themselves first.
That can create a very different emotional experience.
Especially in a world where attention is constantly being pulled in different directions.
Attention has become one of the most valuable resources people have.
Companies compete for it.
Apps compete for it.
Social media platforms compete for it.
Everyone wants a piece of our attention.
Which means protecting it has become increasingly important.
And maybe that's one of the hidden lessons behind the 5 a.m. lifestyle.
The lesson isn't really about the clock.
It's about creating space for what matters.
It's about beginning the day with purpose instead of distraction.
And it's about remembering that quiet moments still have value.
Especially in a world that rarely slows down.
But there is another side to this conversation that we haven't discussed yet.
That's true.
Because waking up at 5 a.m. isn't always easy.
And for some people, it may not even be the right choice.
So let's talk about the challenges, misconceptions, and realities of early mornings. Before the break, we mentioned something important.
Yes, waking up at 5 a.m. sounds appealing, but it isn't always easy.
And for some people, it may not even be the best choice.
I think that's a part of the conversation that often gets ignored online.
Social media usually shows the benefits.
But it rarely shows the difficulties.
For example, many people focus on waking up early but forget about going to bed early.
That's a great point.
If someone wakes up at 5 a.m. but only sleeps for 5 hours, they're probably doing more harm than good.
Sleep is one of the most important parts of a healthy lifestyle.
Yet many people sacrifice sleep in order to feel productive.
Which can actually reduce productivity in the long run.
Long run is a useful expression.
The long run means a long period of time rather than the immediate future.
For example, exercising regularly benefits your health in the long run.
Or getting enough sleep improves your performance in the long run.
I think modern culture sometimes sends mixed messages.
What do you mean by that?
People are encouraged to work harder, wake up earlier, do more, and stay busy, but at the same time, we're also told to take care of our mental health.
Exactly.
Sometimes those messages seem to conflict with each other.
That's why balance is so important. Balance is probably one of the most valuable skills in adult life.
Too much work creates exhaustion.
Too much stress creates burnout.
Too little rest eventually affects physical and mental health.
Waking up at 5 a.m. should never come at the expense of sleep.
Expense is another useful word.
If something happens at the expense of something else, one thing is gained while another thing is lost.
For example, someone might improve their career at the expense of their personal life.
Or they might gain extra morning hours at the expense of healthy sleep.
I think many people eventually realize that success looks different for everyone.
That's a lesson that takes time to learn.
Some people feel their best early in the morning.
Some people feel more creative and energetic in the evening.
Neither approach is automatically better.
What matters is understanding yourself.
Self-awareness is a beautiful word for this discussion.
Self-awareness means understanding your own habits, emotions, strengths, and weaknesses.
For example, someone with strong self-awareness knows when they need rest.
They also understand what kind of routine works best for them.
I think that's more important than copying somebody else's lifestyle.
Definitely.
Social media often encourages comparison.
We see somebody waking up at 5 a.m. and assume we should do the same.
We see somebody running 5 miles every morning and think we should copy that too.
But we rarely see the full picture.
That's true.
We don't know their schedule.
We don't know their responsibilities.
We don't know their personality or energy levels.
Everyone's life is different.
And healthy habits should support your life rather than control it.
I really like that idea.
A routine should make life easier, not more stressful.
Another thing I've noticed is that people often romanticize early mornings.
They imagine perfect sunrises, perfect focus, and endless motivation.
But real life is usually less dramatic.
Sometimes you wake up early and still feel tired.
Sometimes your mind feels distracted.
Sometimes the morning doesn't feel magical at all.
And that's completely normal.
Healthy habits aren't powerful because every day feels amazing.
They're powerful because small actions add up over time.
Add up is a very common expression.
It means that small things gradually create a larger result.
For example, saving a little money every month eventually adds up.
Or reading a few pages every day eventually adds up to many books.
The same idea applies to morning routines.
A few quiet minutes each day may not seem important.
But over months and years, those moments can shape how we think and feel.
That's one reason people often describe early mornings as transformative.
Transformative means causing a significant positive change.
For example, someone might describe travel as a transformative experience.
Or they might describe a healthy routine as transformative.
But I don't think the transformation comes from the hour itself.
I agree.
5 o'clock is just a number on a clock.
The deeper value comes from what people do with that time.
And perhaps even more importantly, how that time makes them feel.
That's a great observation.
Many people spend their entire day reacting.
Reacting to emails.
Reacting to messages.
Reacting to problems and responsibilities.
But a quiet morning allows people to be proactive instead of reactive.
Proactive is another excellent vocabulary word.
Being proactive means taking action before problems appear instead of simply responding afterward.
For example, planning your day in advance is a proactive habit.
Or preparing for challenges before they happen.
I think that's one reason so many people describe early mornings as empowering.
Empowering means giving someone a greater sense of confidence or control.
And in today's world, feeling in control can be surprisingly difficult.
There are so many demands on our attention.
So many responsibilities competing for our time.
So many distractions competing for our focus.
That's why a peaceful morning can feel like a gift.
Not because it's productive.
Not because it's impressive.
But because it's yours.
A small part of the day that belongs entirely to you.
Whether you spend that time reading, walking, exercising, writing, or simply sitting quietly.
The activity itself may not be the most important part.
The intention behind it is what matters.
And perhaps that's the real power of 5 a.m.
Not the idea of becoming perfect.
Not the idea of becoming endlessly productive.
But the opportunity to begin the day with calmness, clarity, and purpose.
Before we finish, let's teach our listeners one final sentence pattern.
Good idea.
You can say,
One thing I enjoy about mornings is...
For example,
One thing I enjoy about mornings is the peace and quiet.
or
One thing I enjoy about mornings is having time to think. That's a very natural sentence pattern for discussing routines and personal habits.
let's also do a little speaking practice.
If possible, try answering these questions out loud.
First question.
Do you consider yourself a morning person or a night person?
Second question.
What would you do with an extra hour every morning?
Third question.
Do you think waking up early improves productivity?
Fourth question.
What is your ideal morning routine?
Fifth question.
What helps you start your day feeling calm and focused?
Try using some of today's vocabulary and sentence patterns when answering.
Speaking out loud helps English become more natural and automatic.
Before we finish, let's quickly review what we discussed today.
We talked about why so many people are attracted to the idea of waking up at 5 a.m.
We explored quiet mornings, mental clarity, routines, discipline, and intentional living.
We also discussed balance, sleep, self-awareness, and the importance of creating habits that fit your own life.
Most importantly, we learned that the value of early mornings isn't really about the clock.
It's about creating space for yourself in a busy world.
It's about protecting your attention and using your time intentionally.
And it's about appreciating small moments that often get lost in the noise of daily life.
Now it's time for our question of the day.
If you could spend one peaceful hour completely alone tomorrow morning, how would you spend it?
Write your answer in the comments.
You can begin your sentence like this.
One peaceful thing I would do tomorrow morning is...
We always enjoy reading your answers.
It's a wonderful way to practice your English writing skills.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, comment, and subscribe to Chill English channel.
Thank you for listening, and we hope you have a peaceful and meaningful day.
Keep practicing a little every day.
And remember, learning English is a journey.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you next time.